Youth worker Sayce Holmes was stopped and searched during lockdown in May. He was taking food to a bereaved relative in South London.
So searching my car for drugs, even though I told them what I do. They checked me and they've not found anything.
No drugs were found.
Like, you detain me because of what? Because of perception, because you perceive me to be something I'm not, which is just ridiculous.
Sayce runs a mentoring programme and knows his rights. He lodged a complaint.
I understand that, but you know what's going to happen? I'm going to get you all in the room. I'm going to train you guys how to talk to young people.
And so he did. Sayce is now training new recruits to the Met Police in Southwark and Lambeth, and we were allowed to film part of the conversation.
We talk about gang mentality. We've got gang mentality in certain areas, but then in terms of the police, we could also say that you guys are a gang in that respect.
He wants to address the reasons behind why black people are being disproportionately stopped and searched.
So, what is your perception of the black community?
Seems open and fun and community-based in a way that I didn't grow up with. I mean, what I get from media is gangs, drugs and violence.
Coming in, you think about so many different things. Like, I'm trying to work out how to say my number on the radio, if my hat's on backwards, and all that sort of stuff.
I don't know where I am, like even just like geographically getting around. Communities are slightly different, people are slightly different, all of that. Immediately, it puts you on edge.
The recruits reflect on the past.
Historically, what's the legacy of the Met Police in our communities?
Institutionally racist.
Institutionally racist, what else?
Aggression and violence.
And they're thinking carefully about how to carry out their policing duties in future.
It was something I wrestled with before I even started the job. I want people to have the same faith in the police I have.
I grew up in an area where I had everyone's culture in one little pot. My friends were Jamaican, Nigerian, Chinese, but then coming into the Met, I could see how it's far more challenging for some of my colleagues to approach communities which I've never seen before.
Stop and search by the Met Police is at an 8-year high. Critics say it's used overzealously and targets black and other ethnic minorities. Last month, Ryan Kalako spoke to this programme, frustrated about the way he says he'd been stopped and searched.
I don't think the system does enough to protect us, basically.
In an unexpected twist, on his way home from filming with us, he was stopped again.
I've never done drugs in my life! Class A and Class B. Why does this keep happening? This can't keep happening to me, man.
City of London police say he was arrested on suspicion of obstructing a constable during a drug search. Ryan called us shortly after.
My window got smashed in and I'm now in the police station, so I got dragged out and searched. Yeah, sorry, Fatima. Yeah, I can't talk too much, but I'm going to get in contact with the solicitor now.
Ryan has complained and the City of London police are investigating.
I'm out, man.
The new recruits at the Met talk about making sure stop and search is fair. Chief Inspector Anne-Marie Cowley organised the training.
I'm very much want to be open with our communities of what we're doing to try to improve our stop and search. Stop and search for me is a really effective tool. It's useful in terms of combating serious violence, but obviously with our communities the trust element is vital.
Earlier this week, after serious clashes with police in Brixton, a Section 60 order was implemented, meaning anyone in the area could be stopped and searched. But this is a controversial police power. Black people are 40 times more likely to be stopped than white people under Section 60. Do you think that's acceptable?
The disproportionality is there, everyone knows that, we acknowledge that. But for me, what's really sad as well is that there is significant disproportionality in black community members being victims of serious violence themselves and also being potentially accused of serious violence as well. We're not saying we're perfect. We know we've got a lot of work to do and we're going to continue with that work. We have to be creative about how we do that as well.
The black British community does want justice in terms of certain things that have happened in terms of police custody deaths and stop and search. It's the way it's carried out and it's the negative connotations, the perceptions that are attached to that and the stereotypes, and that's unfair.
Policing in Britain was founded on the principle that the people are the public and the public are the police. Clearly, in some communities, it still doesn't feel that way.